What's going on? I am posting on a Monday because something very special is going on that is happening today. So in this quick little vlog, I'm going to share the whole story of how the Live with Purpose retreat with the Getaway Co came to be. I'm about to go to Bali for a month. 10 days of that month at the very beginning of June, from June 3rd to 13th, is the very first retreat I've ever hosted. We've picked 24 people to come along on the adventure with us in Bali. And it's going to be life-changing. It doesn't even really feel real, to be honest. I don't think it's going to feel real till I get to Bali, because right now it feels like I'm not really going for some reason. So yeah, this is just a whole new venture for me, and Natalie Matias is actually coming to Bali as well, and my friend Amanda, who runs the Getaway Co, she organized this entire thing, and so she will be there. But Natalie and I have spent the last little while putting together the whole meditation program into an audio program for you. So if you can't come to Bali, or you weren't able to come for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, because you still get to do the meditation program. And the daily meditation program for the 10 days of the retreat is kind of the base or the crux of the whole Live with Purpose program. This retreat is about my life, how I've cultivated my life of purpose, how I incorporate practices like mindfulness and meditation into my daily life in order to manifest things that I want. And so that is what we're going to be delving into in Bali, as well as, eating hot for food and talking about veganism and the vegan lifestyle, and going on eco adventures, and we're doing some animal welfare stuff out there. So it's going to be a huge thing, and the most important part, the meditation program, is now accessible to every single person. So as of today, you can buy it for $22 with the code PURPOSE at checkout. Click the link below, it takes you to Natalie's website where you can purchase it. So it's a downloadable e-program. Basically, you'll get 10 MP3s, one for each day. The idea is that you will meditate for 10 consecutive days in a row. It's very important to kind of cultivate that habit, or that new habit of daily meditation. They're not long meditations either. They're about 10 minutes. I have like a little spoken intro at the beginning, giving you context about the day's theme. And then you're also, in the downloadable program, you're just going to get an ebook that has, it's basically a PDF document that has just like journal prompt questions, so that you can start getting into that habit of daily reflections and journaling as well after your meditations. So I really hope that you guys are into this. And if you've never meditated before, this program is for all levels. So it's very introductory. And even if you do meditate, I think, if you feel called to do something like this, or you feel called to Live with Purpose, then there's always something new to be learned, something new to be heard, given where you're at, what you're going through, and all that kind of stuff. So it is a meditation program for all levels. So definitely, if you've never meditated before, this will be your introduction. And so I'm excited for you to give that a try. So after this first 24 hours, today is Monday, May 20th. After this, the program's $33. So if you want to act now, you get it for $22 with that code PURPOSE that I mentioned you enter at checkout in the link below on Natalie's website. So I can't really get into all of what this meditation program is, because I want you to get it. Each day has a theme, and we take you on a journey, and it is all about living with purpose, or living in purpose. And when I say that, I don't mean that you will magically find the thing that you're supposed to do in your life. Like, are you supposed to be a teacher? Are you supposed to be a magician, a scientist? Like, when people talk about purpose, they tend to look at it from a very outward perspective about something you need to do with your life. And that can be a really loaded, uncomfortable thing. When Natalie and I talk about purpose, we reframe it to kind of its truth, or its real essence. And so that's kind of what we're sharing in this program. One little tidbit that obviously is in the meditation threaded throughout is that purpose isn't so much about doing as it is being. And so through meditation, that is how you get closer to your true being, your true essence, your true self. And so it's really, the foundation is meditation, and that is what brings you closer to your true being. And by doing that more consistently, then that's how you can start cultivating other things in your life that may be more of a doing thing, but they all will be in alignment with your true highest self. That's the idea behind Live with Purpose. So I think I won't say anymore, but that's the gist of kind of what you're going to be listening to. And Natalie does an amazing job at guiding you to really peaceful space every morning. And so the idea would be that you do this 10 days in a row. You don't break it up and do it whenever you want. But for the very first time, you do it for 10 days. And then, you can come back to it at different times in your life when you feel called to it. So definitely check out Live with Purpose, the audio meditation program, which is available now for the next 24 hours at $22. And then after that, it will be available, but for $33. Okay, so I'm going to quickly share how this Bali thing came to be, because Bali's been on my list of places I want to go. I even think, and I can't remember, there is a vlog where someone asked, where do I want to go? And I remember saying Bali, and I think I said this a few times before this reality of my friend running her brand new company to run a plant-based retreat for me ever came to be. So it really feels like this culmination of not only my manifestations and what I want, but really it was co-created with my friend Amanda as well as with Natalie. And it's pretty interesting when you actually do co-create something with people that you're in alignment with, and then you see it born and birthed and come to life, which we haven't even really seen it come to life because we're not even there yet. But even just this whole pre-planning phase has been so exciting and enlivening and really, really fascinating. And Amanda's been working really, really hard putting this all together. She launched her company to do this, the Getaway Co. And it all started last summer, around July 2018. She lives in Switzerland. She was the girl getting married in the What I Ate in Switzerland vlog. She was in town because she's from Toronto, so she was in town for the summer. She had just lost her job. She worked for an entrepreneur. She had experience running and organizing retreats, about 2 to 3 month long retreats that they called like digital nomad retreats. So it was all like tech startup people gathering at a villa area in Bali and spending a lot of time, furthering their businesses and talking about ideas and stuff like that. So she had experience in Bali. Around that time, I had been getting approached by a couple of travel companies wanting me to host or sell vegan trips to Thailand. And I didn't really feel totally comfortable getting involved with those deals. Basically, I would sell these trips. They'd be curated, not really by me, but they'd be curated to be totally vegan friendly. And then I would travel on the trip with you, and I would sell the spots, and I would make a certain amount of money per spot that I sold. And it just felt like it didn't really feel totally authentic to do that. It felt like I'd have to promote it a lot to sell out. And I didn't want to do that, especially for a company that I didn't really know, or a brand that I didn't really know or even really trust, and hadn't gone on a sample trip to even know if it's any good. So that was sort of my apprehension, but I was like, this does seem like something I want to do. And Natalie and I had talked about the idea of doing retreats around meditation in the past as well, but they were very lofty and we hadn't come up with anything solid. So in this lunch meeting that Amanda and I just went to go catch up, she was telling me about losing her job and all the things she kind of wanted and wasn't interested in. And at that lunch, I don't even remember really how it came up, but at that lunch, we essentially decided that she should run a vegan retreat company. She was kind of like a new vegan. She'd always been vegetarian, but she became so passionate about veganism and she wanted her job or her career to center around that in some way. And I said, well, you've already run these retreats in Bali. She used to be a publicist in the music industry, so she's highly organized and just on the ball and very much an entrepreneur. And I was saying to her at this lunch, you need to run your own company. It's amazing. And I was just sharing with her over the last couple of years what I had been doing. And she was just really into it. And I was like, you have to run your own company. Why don't you just run vegan retreats? And I'll be the first person to host one and sort of help leverage what you're doing, because I want to do this, but I want to do it with someone that I know and trust, not with these other travel companies that keep reaching out. And then the idea was born at that lunch, and we're like, okay, we're going to Bali. And we were both kind of saying it it was like we knew it was happening, but also none of the work had been done. And we were just like, okay, so I guess this is what's happening. And I mean, really, Amanda's done all the work. I just sort of leveraged what I have here by, being the face of this first one and curating the trip with her and the activities and incorporating the meditation element with Natalie. And, that lunch we did talk about concepts and names, and I think I had just like said a bunch of stuff about my life and about kind of what my intentions were behind doing YouTube and everything. And then Amanda came up with this write-up and launched her website within a few weeks of that meeting. I think we even came up with the name The Getaway Co at that lunch. And I said, oh, I think it should be called The Getaway Co. And I remember looking it up on Instagram to see if anyone else had the handle. No. And so it was like the easiest thing. It was just like, each little part was just like falling into place so easily. And it was that kind of conversation where like you're getting excited and you have all these ideas and that you really know it's going to happen. And I think I get into a lot of conversations with various people where sometimes I'm like, everything we're saying right now is never going to happen. But this wasn't one of those things. It just felt like it took off, this rocket took off, and the momentum behind it was really strong. And so Amanda built all that up. She got someone to do her website for free, I think, through someone she knew, and basically launched a company. And then even before Christmas, although she had been planning, she hadn't even scouted venues in Bali yet. And part of me, I had been saying all year for the rest of 2018, I'm going to Bali in the spring, we're doing this retreat, but like nothing was solidified, nothing was planned, booked, or anything, but I just kept saying it like it was happening, and I was planning my schedule or my calendar and content calendar around knowing I'd be going at some point between March and June. But even still in the back of my mind going, maybe this isn't going to happen, I don't know. And then I was going to Vipassana in January, and while I was away, that's when Amanda had booked the venue, solidified the trip, and we needed to announce it. And so before I went away for Vipassana, I shot my announcement video, and I had someone that worked for me upload it, and all of this was happening. I thought it was so funny. It was all happening while I was at Vipassana. I didn't know what was going on because I didn't have access to email or my phone. And so when I got out of Vipassana, I had a text and a bunch of messages from Amanda being like, we had over 100 people like submit and apply for this retreat within one day of you posting, and it was crazy how it all came together. There was all of these with the girl I had posting the thing for me on my team, and then corresponding with Amanda. They were both traveling internationally and overseas, and it was just like this crazy thing of timing of it all working out to like announce the trip, and just like it was so crazy. And so I just know that this thing is going to be life-changing for me, I think, and like the career growth that I'm kind of on. And I know it's obviously life-changing for Amanda because now she's launching more vegan, plant-based retreats coming up even this year. I think she's going to have 1 or 2 more this year. So they won't be hosted by me, but they'll be hosted by other interesting people that you can stay tuned to find out who those people are. If you go to her website, thegetawayco.com, you can sign up for the newsletter and be the first to know about these next vegan retreats. And I think the market is ripe for this vegan curated trip thing right now. And I plan on doing another one anyways with Amanda, maybe in Bali, maybe somewhere else, hopefully in 2020. So anyways, I'm just very excited. It's all magic how this whole thing came together. Even the way Natalie and I, when Natalie came out of Vipassana, one of the first things she said is we have to do the meditation program, we're going to do an audio thing. And I was like, yes. And then it just all made sense, and it just all came together. And of course my plate has been loaded with that project on top of all the other things I do for Hot for Food. But it was like something that just like needed to happen and was meant to happen. And we just followed the guidance we were getting, and it seemed to just sort of flow quite easily. And I feel like that's going to be the same vibe with the actual trip and itinerary in Bali. So if you're watching this and you're coming to Bali in a couple weeks, see you soon. I'm so excited. This is going to be crazy. You're in for an adventure of a lifetime. And if you're not coming, go get the Live with Purpose meditation program on audio that you can buy now on Natalie's website, linked below, okay? And share it with people. Like I said, it's for people of all meditation levels, beginner, novice, intermediate, advanced. It's for everyone. So I'm excited to share it with you, and let me know what you think if you start doing it. For the 10 days, I'm going to have vlogs from Bali, but I probably won't be posting for the next few weeks while I'm away, but that stuff will go up when I'm back. Okay, and also when I come back, I'm essentially moving to Los Angeles in July. So life be crazy and very exciting, and thanks for coming along for the ride and being part of all the magic. And I'll see you all very soon, okay? Bye.